I think my leg is infected. It's swelling up. Running over here, my wife is gonna pick me up. So I'm gonna take you someplace special. I'm gonna take you to a Latipso of the Nacirema. This is one of the most exotic cultures anthropologists have ever studied, and they now have some of their temples right here, and they specialize in medical treatment. So I'm gonna go to one of these Latipsos. We'll see what happens. Body Ritual Among the Nacirema by Horace Minor may be the most widely read anthropology article of all time. It describes a culture that was so strange, it really took a lot of anthropologists by surprise. The magical beliefs and practices of the Nacirema present such unusual aspects that it seems desirable to describe them as an example of the extremes to which human behavior can go. They use charms and magical potions, without which no native believes he could live. The preparations are secured from a variety of specialized practitioners. The most powerful of these are the medicine men. And so where can we find these medicine men? The medicine men have an imposing temple, a Latipso, in every community of any size. That's where we're going. Just you?
Yeah.
How are you? I have like an infected wound, I think, in my leg. I'm a professor at K-State, and I'm teaching an online class, and so I was lecturing.
Goodness, child.
Tuesday I fell, Wednesday I ran 30 miles or so.
It's a one-person marathon, not a...
Okay, not a... Gotcha.
Or organized one.
Okay, that's okay. So you won.
I won.
You won, for sure.
And yesterday, I took an ice bath.
Okay.
And
I'm really kidding.
It's very swollen if you compare it to...
Oh yeah, you can see that. So this is all what we call cellulitis.
The ritual specialist has told me that I have cellulitis. In the ancient language, cellule means body tissue, and itis means swelling or inflammation. My leg is swollen. Just knowing the name of something actually helps a little bit, and she has a cure.
Okay, we'll poke.
She told me to take a few of these magic charms and rest. So after I relaxed with my exotic Nacirema pet Tack for a while, I decided to take the kids out for a classic Nacirema leisure activity. Flog. You must speak quietly during flog so as not to break the concentration of the players. Each time your club strikes the ball counts as a stroke. The goal of the game is to use the fewest strokes possible while moving your ball into a small hole. There are many strategies players adopt to lower their score. Here, a 3-year-old golf prodigy is on a record-setting round. But as he races toward the 18th green, he's in trouble. So the rule is, if Wilson can hit that bus back there, we all get to go get a treat. Alright, so obviously the joke is up. The Nacirema are us. Nacirema is simply American spelled backwards. And you have to admit, we do some pretty bizarre things. That was awesome! We got it, George! And eat some pretty crazy things too. It's one thing to joke about something like flog, but you can also apply this to a lot more serious subjects as well. Take American conceptions of beauty, for example. Here's an old Dove commercial, part of their True Beauty campaign, that shows just how devastating the American beauty standards can be. And most of these come from advertising. And it turns out, Dove is not necessarily completely innocent in this. You see, Dove is a brand operated by Unilever, and so is Axe. So what are they really telling her? When you look at Axe commercials, the messaging is clear. They had one video that they called Billions that basically seemed to be suggesting that billions of women look like this. An implicit question is, why don't you? So they basically create an ad campaign that ruins your self-esteem and then create a program to try to fix you. The messaging from these big brands has been so powerful that now it's like we do it to ourselves. Here's a project by Rosemary Harris in which she looks at Margotsny, or Instagram. So Minder's move can be funny, but it's also liberating and empowering, because when we see the familiar as strange, it reminds us that our most basic beliefs and practices are contingent, a fancy way of saying that they need not have existed this way, that things could have been different. In doing this, we can take some of the power back, define beauty on our own terms. This is at the very heart of the anthropological tradition. As Franz Boas, the father of anthropology, once said, his whole outlook upon life had been determined by one question: how can we recognize the shackles the tradition has laid upon us? For when we recognize them, we are also able to break them. Now it's your turn. Go to anth101.com/challenge2 and try to see the strange in the familiar.